On Sunday, we will be treated to a performance from Beatles tribute Liverpool Legends at the Tobias Theater inside the IMA at Newfields. But this is no ordinary Beatles tribute. So, here to explain is Marty Scott, the George Harrison of Liverpool Legends. Hi, Marty.
How's it going, man?
I'm great. So, you have this is so cool. You have kind of an official blessing to do this. Can you explain what we mean by that?
Well, yeah, it's a unique story we have. The show was put together with the help of George Harrison's sister, Louise. I had met her just a couple months after George had passed away, and I was singing at I'm a pretty big Beatle fan, obviously, but
Obviously.
I I uh, I was singing at a Beatle convention in Chicago. She was there as the guest of honor, and I was singing some George songs, and the guy who was in charge of the fest after I sang said, "Hey, Miss Harrison's here, and she'd like to meet you." And she thought we were supposed to know each other or be in each other's lives. It was really strange,
Huh.
and she's pretty spiritual. We ended up hanging out that whole weekend together. It was real surreal for me because she's telling me all these stories, and it's George's sister, and I'm a big fan. And
Wow.
so and then literally like a week later, she brought me to meet Paul McCartney, and then I'm on the couch between both of them going I've sat on a couch with her and Paul for like an hour, and that just sort of started this whole whirlwind of Beatle land in my life. And then we get really close, and we talk all the time and see each other all the time. And then after a couple of years, she wanted to help put something together, and we ended up opening a theater in Branson, Missouri. And Louise Harrison came with us, she was part of that whole thing. And
Wow.
the next thing you know, we're playing like 5 shows a week, 10 months out of the year. We reached thousands of shows, and we had a theater that kind of looked like a giant yellow submarine. It was themed Beatles, and that's how it started.
And she's essentially part of the show, right? Part of
Yeah,
the show
well,
that we'll get to see on
y-
Sunday.
yeah, the show's narrated by her. So Louise, she passed away a couple of years ago at the
Yeah.
age of 91.
Wow.
So, but yeah, I mean, it was a 20-year run of her and I, and she traveled with us. She's been all over with us, and it's all narrated and with personal touches from her. So it's pretty cool. The funny thing is, I've read all the books. I thought she was full of crap. And I just did. I thought, oh yeah, you did this, you did this. And then I was helping her move one day, and
You helped
it
her
was just
move.
it was a box of literally all this junk in it, and there's all these letters from Brian Epstein and her mom, and it was amazing stuff. I was like, oh my God, that was all true. And if anyone wants to see what we are, go to our website, liverpoollegends.com. It's a Grammy nominated show. We've headlined Carnegie Hall. We've done a lot of big stuff, and we're excited to come to Indianapolis. It's our first time there, actually. So it should be cool.
Marty Scott has been my guest. He is the George Harrison of Liverpool Legends. And of course, the show is narrated by Louise Harrison, sister of George Harrison. And it takes place at the Tobias Theater inside the IMA at Newfields on Sunday. Marty, what a pleasure. Thank you so much. And we can't wait for Sunday.
Thanks for having me, man.